one of them fancy tripods, you know. And,
Well, but Christmas might be generous to
well, he might be, you never know. Council might be generous to me, you know. Well, perhaps if I formed myself a charity, I could. It's not good. I put a restraining order against my salary call on. It's not
Have you?
good. Yeah, it's not good, is it? Best not interact. Should be alright then. I'll read first. I called him a few names, he didn't like them.
do you not?
Nah, public order section 4A, you know. It should be alright though, some good on. What do you reckon of this 450,000 or 980,000? That's too far, isn't it?
The Leisure Trust.
Leisure Trust, yeah. I mean, it's a charity, mate.
It is, yes.
Are you not a
No,
thief?
no, I'm not. No.
You have been though, haven't you?
No,
Yes, you
no.
have.
I've.
You've been on the board, haven't you?
No, I haven't
Oh,
actually.
you know.
No.
You must be one of the old councillors that hasn't. Because quite a few councils have been on that board, haven't they?
There has, yes.
There has.
Yeah.
Oh, there's not a conflict there.
No conflict with me.
Not you, no, I'm talking about with councillors. I mean, none of these councillors that were on that board.
Afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the earlier council meeting. And first on the agenda is apologies for absence. And I do have apologies from Councillor Zach Khan, who is at the COP20, whatever it is, in Dubai. Encouraging businesses to come into Ironburn, etc., etc. And I believe he's going down very well and doing a great job. And I'm sure when he comes back he'll give us all a report on it. Are there any other apologies for absence? Yes.
Thank you, Councillor Howard. I believe that Councillor Darby's on his way. He's
Right.
running late in another meeting.
Yeah.
Development control.
Yeah.
And so is Father Christmas Carol.
Hopefully not this year.
Right, item 2, declarations of interest and dispensations. Are there any? Sorry, I'm
Do I need to mention on the hand and board?
Yes, that would be personal triple councillors over the yeah, so it's just a person.
right. Thanks for that, Councillor Cox.
Yeah, sorry, Councillor Howard. Yeah, I'm also the Labour representative on the Leisure Trust.
Right,
So it's a personal interest. Thank you.
okay. Item 3, the minutes of the Cabinet on the 18th of October. Are there any comments on those minutes? No? Well, I'd like to move the minutes. Do I have a seconder?
I'll second.
Are we all in agreement?
Agree.
Okay, any no and any abstentions? No, right, great. I'm now going to move to item 4, which is reports of the cabinet members, which is verbal reports at this point. And before I take any of the councillors' the cabinet's reports, I have an announcement to make which I'm sure that some of you will now be aware of, and I'm absolutely thrilled to announce that the council has secured 237,000 of revenue funding from a High Street Accelerators pilot programme, which is to be spent supporting the High Street in Great Harwood over the remaining and next financial year.
That's fantastic.
A local stakeholder board will be established in the new year, which will be chaired independently by the well-respected Great Harwood resident, Mr. Peter Holden, who at the moment is president of the Great Harwood Civic Society and also is secretary of the Great Harwood Community Action Group, and I know that he will do an excellent job. He's actually in Manchester today with a senior officer to mark the official launch of the programme and understand more of the details about the funding guidance and hear the advice from a range of high street experts that will support the programme. Working with a range of stakeholders, the board will agree a plan to unlock additional capital funding of around £500,000 for the financial year 24-25, which will be allocated to green up Great Harwood's main high street. And I'm sure that members will hear far more details around the proposals over the next 12 months. Hindren was only one of the 10 authorities invited to submit a proposal for the High Street Accelerator pilot funding, and I'd like to thank, on behalf of the council, and the officers that were involved and the MP for our hard work in continuing
Thank you.
You're welcome.
to lobby the government to bring money into the borough. I think this is wonderful news, especially for Great Harwood, and I'm sure that everybody here will agree with that and move on to great things. It's so exciting and must be exciting for Great Harwood to know that they're getting this money and that the work will be finished. I'm now going to move on. It doesn't need any comments. It's happened, so there doesn't need to be
I'm not one of the
any
ones that can afford those.
comments.
I've got 350
As a great old council, can I not comment, Chair?
Brings wealth to the town.
Bring
I
something to
don't
the
think
town,
there's anything
not
to
just the
comment
town
on,
either.
councillor Aziz. I've already said what's
But not
happening.
the local part.
Unless you want to welcome it and say what a wonderful job we're doing.
Of course he does.
Is that what you want to say?
So, can I first of all welcome this any funding? I'd just like to highlight the letter myself and Councillor Melissa Fisher sent to Michael Gove on the 3rd of October, encouraging exactly this type of investment into the borough. I'm glad not only is the MP's lobbying work, but the councillors lobbying for the outer township as well. And the only thing I'd like to add is the board. I would encourage Tessa Clemson from Clemson Yoga to be invited to be on there. The Finch Bakery sisters.
Listen, Councillor Aziz, I'm not interrupting, but I think that's not something for this meeting to decide.
Sure, it's exactly the point.
I think that Peter Holden will make some really good decisions.
I mean,
on
I've
who
no
sits
doubt
on the
that, but
board. So
Did
I
you send a
think
letter
that
to God for the sun to come?
what
I
I
sent
have
out to
told
all
you
you
is
anyway,
all
that's
that
been
we
Sun's
need
gonna
to
come
know.
up tomorrow.
Councillor agrees, but thank you for welcoming.
Could I
I've
ask-
not
God
taken
be
any
great.
more.
Could I ask for an adjournment?
If it is, then
No,
Because
nothing
we get
more.
being echoed at the back.
Councillor Aziz, nothing more. Listen,
We've
why
been
don't you
echoed at the
listen
back.
to me? No, I said no.
No, we've been
Can we
echoed.
please ask the members of the public to be quiet, please?
We've been echoed at the
Thank you.
back.
Yeah.
Oh, right, sorry, who's the member of the public that's making a noise?
These two gentlemen on the end here.
Oh my goodness.
Gosh.
What kind
We
of
can hear
noise
him.
is he making?
I have no idea. This is irrelevant, but through you, Chair, this is the meeting. The members of the public should not be
Please
allowed.
can the members of the public that are sat at the back, please could they refrain from making noises
Apologies.
which are upsetting Councillor Aziz and Councillor Fisher,
Thank you, Marlon.
and let's get on with it.
Does that mean I can't clap when I hear some good news, Marlene?
That's right, yeah. I'm now going to move to verbal, any verbal reports that are, yes, sorry Councillor.
I just wanted to come in and welcome the money and the work that the officers have done at the council
Absolutely.
to get this to the stage where it's not
Wow,
through.
you know, that's what I mean.
Yet again,
It's all
Conservative
whipped into
administration
It's all whipped into Not me.
Councillor.
Thank you, Chair. I'll be just brief. Echo Stephen's comments. Yes, it is welcome news and it's excellent news. I'm sure the residents of Great Howell and the businesses will greatly benefit from this money, and I think all the linemen will benefit from it. It's a great news, and it's a job well done. And credit goes to people who are involved in bringing this money in, and I congratulate them. I think recently we have been very active. Our team of officers and the leadership that brought a lot of money to Hyndburn, and we're going to continue with that trend, bring more money into our Allensborough. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Councillor Eunice. I think it's also worth mentioning, and some credit to us, because this administration chose the area where this money would be used. Councillor, you want to say?
Yeah, I mean, it's quite true. I mean, it brought me out that it wasn't it being spent in Oswald Twistle. But as I say, Oswald Twistle councillors decided that it would be best spent in Great Harwood to encourage the development of that high street, which is, you know, I think perhaps one of the best high streets now in Hyndburn. You've got such a variety of shops. You've got the fish bungers, you've got the bakery. It's a great place to shop, Great Harwood, and as is proved by the fact that it's got I don't know how many supermarkets compared to Oswald Twistle.
Thank you, Councillor Brickley. Right, I'm going to move on to any verbal. Councillor Smithson, have you any? No. Sajid, have you any? No.
When I was going to say that, Stephen said that, so something.
Councillor Pratt? No. Okay, we will move on to item 5, which is regarding Hyndburn Leisure request for some financial support, and I'd like to invite Councillor Cox to move the report and Councillor Brickley, who would like to follow up as portfolio holder for resources. Councillor Cox.
Thank you, Chair. This report sets out the financial pressures being faced for Floorfleet and National leisure service operators. The report includes a request from the Council's leisure operator and leisure for financial support due to the extraordinary and unbudgeted increases in the energy costs and the increase in salary costs over the 5% budgeted cost as a result of the 23-24 pay negotiations. Nationally, councils and pool operators have worked hard to keep them open for as long as possible in the face of rising staffing and energy costs, but have been warning that without investment we would see a large number of closures. The government reacted to this by announcing earlier in the year that it would provide over 60 million in funding to help and support public leisure facilities across England and help sustain them in the future. This funding was for 20 million immediate revenue support and 40 million capital to towards achieving decarbonisation, energy reduction targets to reduce energy usage. As explained in the report, the council was unsuccessful in achieving its bid of 370,000 for the revenue support in the year, due to the fact that the total bids received were in excess of 90 million, and it was awarded on its needs basis. Many councils had already made decisions on closures of facilities if alternative funding could not be found, and these were deemed the highest priority. Hyndburn Leisure have been a key partner for the council in delivering these services over the last 14 years. Have managed to reduce the annual cost management fee from 1.28 million per annum to zero, saving the council in excess of 9 million, not inclusive of VAT. This has significantly enabled the council to achieve a balanced budget during these years of reduction in central government funding. Hyndburn Leisure have requested financial support of up to 700,000, although due to a recent subsidy control legislation, the council at this point in time can only approve a grant to Hyndburn Leisure of 490,000. In respect to the financial year 2003-2004, without undertaking a further compliance process and registration. The council asks for approval to make a support payment of 490,000 and note that further financial support may be required by Hyndburn Leisure. In the current and future years, it also highlights that the council will be required to consider whether the provision of such support is consistent with the subsidy control principles before any key decision is made in respect of the same. Cabinet are aware of the benefits that the leisure provides through sport and physical activity, and how these contribute to a wider health and wellbeing outcomes for our local residents. I therefore propose that the Cabinet approve the recommendations within this report to ensure we continue to support Hyndburn Leisure in providing the key leisure services required across the borough, and with this report.
Thank you, Councillor Cox. Councillor, do you want to come in now
Yes.
before we second?
So I think there's, little question that in the 20 years or so since the Leisure Trust was set up, that it has served the borough really well. And if you look at the arrangements around Lancashire or around the country, you will see that councils everywhere are putting large sums of money into the Leisure Trust. And for instance, Chorley recently put in £1,122,000 in a labour controlled area. By comparison, the Leisure Trust in Hyndburn has operated for many years now with a decreasing level of subsidy and in more recent years without an annual grant. This has saved the council money and provided a very cost-effective solution for residents and taxpayers. As you will see from the report, leisure trusts up and down the country have certainly been affected, as Lorraine, as Councillor Cox pointed out, by the increase in energy prices, and people throughout the country, a lot of swimming pools have actually closed because of the cost that there is in heating them. However, having such an efficient model in place in Hyndburn positions the trust well to recover more quickly than other areas from the current external expenditure pressures. In Hyndburn, we have an awful lot going on with our leisure services. The Leisure Transformation Programme gives us a plan for the future, with new facilities that are expected to generate additional revenues and increase participation. we can also expect that energy prices will continue to fall, and the historic highs that we've had over the last 12 months will be more manageable in future. So for this reason, I've no doubt that we're doing the right thing in providing this grant. I also think that if we want to keep services running in the borough at the current time, there is no feasible alternative. However, the fact remains that it is now over 20 years since we set up the Leisure Trust, and a lot has changed in that time, including, for example, the VAT benefits the Trust were once able to claim. This has led a number of councils to consider whether they should continue to run leisure services through trusts, or whether they should look at agency arrangements, or possibly running services directly. So, for this reason, I want to second this proposal from Councillor Cox, but at the same time, we also commission a report funded from our underspends to look at different models of delivery and give us advice on which will provide the best mix of service quality and value for money for our taxpayers going forward. Given the valuable work that the Trust has done for us in Hindburn, I would only want to do this if we have the agreement of the Leisure Trust Board. And I would, of course, want and expect them to be fully involved in setting the terms of reference for the report to make sure it's focused on delivering the best results for our residents. I do want to stress that as a group we have no preconceptions about what this report will tell us, but I do think it is prudent and right to look at the alternatives and which will best meet our residents' needs in the years ahead. So, as I say, I'm seconding that, but adding to it that we seek approval from the Leisure Trust Board for us to obtain a report on which is the best way forward for leisure services in Hindburn. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Ripley. Comments?
Hmm?
Councillor.
Thank you, Councillor Howard. Yeah, whilst obviously the Labour Group does note the comments in the report about rising costs, etc., and I appreciate what you've said in the meeting today as well, Councillor Ripley. We do have a question for the portfolio holder if possible. So the report to Cabinet states that in addition to the £700,000 requested, further financial support will be needed by Hindburn Leisure in the current and future financial years. However, this is not quantified. The original plan was for the Trust to become independent of financial support from the Council by 2021. We are now 2 years beyond that, with subsidies increasing and the Council going into debt to fund another project for Hindburn Leisure to manage, with no plan at this moment for a return of any of that money to the public purse. Is there now a recognition by this Council that possibly the original plan has actually failed and that the Trust may never stand on its own 2 feet and that it may continue to require continuous subsidy? Thank you.
I think what you've missed out is there was a pandemic in between which
is why I say I appreciate
I didn't interrupt you, which has affected services in leisure most profoundly. But I think what we are doing now is taking some action which will tell us the best way forward for leisure services in the borough, and that's why we're not reacting. We are actually enthusing that we have this report and we find out the best way forward for our leisure services. And I think that is why we are needing this advice. We need expert advice as to take leisure, how we take leisure forward.
Yeah, thank you for your comment, Councillor Rickliff. I think I'd like Councillor Cox to respond as portfolio holder, please.
Well,
Thank you.
I'm portfolio holder.
I've got my hand up.
Yeah.
All the questions will come through
the chair.
Through the chair. What I would like to say is that what we all need to do at this time is realise our responsibility as an authority to provide correct
Here.
And the time.
leisure, and that is something that the
And
Leisure
the time,
Trust
what we
have
do.
provided for us
Contract
over
design.
the years, and if we can find a way for that to continue, whatever way it is, then that has got to be a good thing, and it will make sure that we carry out our obligation to the residents of this borough. Councillor Cox.
Yeah, I just, one thing you mentioned was it would leave the council in debt, but maybe Martin could answer where the money's coming from, and it wouldn't leave us in debt as I've seen it. However, the money will enable the trust to cover costs whilst the new development is undertaken. It's vitally important to support the organisation, as it's all on record how beneficial they are to the health and well-being of Ironbury residents.
Growth strategy.
All
Wait,
the
Labour
community.
support growth strategy.
Excuse me, but I now can hear the noise from the back of the room. Please, can you keep it down while our cabinet members are speaking, so that we can all hear them, and we don't have to listen to you. Thank you very much.
If we can finish it, all community organisations have been hit by rising costs, and this is the council's commitment to ensuring Hindon has excellent sport and leisure provision. I hope that answers your question.
Thank you for your comments, Councillor Cox. It doesn't, but thank you. I'll leave it there.
Right, Councillor Aziz.
Thank you for that. You talk about rising costs. For me, having investigated this further, is it correct one of the key drivers for this increased request in cost is that leisure trusts are locked into a higher electricity cost, and that's not just for next year, that's for a number of years? If so, why is not, how are we going to cover that in the future? So I think that the short-termism, is it reflecting what is the potential impact in future years? So could that be quantified?
Well, I would have thought, Councillor Aziz, that if we are going to look at some expert advice on how to move this situation further, then I'm sure that they will be able to tell us these things. That's why we want the expert advice, so that we will get it right.
And I'm coming on to that, Councillor Howard. Clearly there's not to let me speak, but I wonder why that is. But coming on to the point, at the previous council meeting motion, at the previous council meeting there was a motion put forward, given the headwinds that are coming, which are now presented in the report, would it be pertinent, would it be right to postpone any capital investment, given the headwinds are strong, as has been proven in this report? And like Councillor Brickcliffe has said, there is going to be an independent report commission, which the Labour Group welcome. Surely as part of that, we should postpone any new capital investment, because one of the things we've also realised and understand, any additional top line revenue income that the new site will generate does not even cover what we're giving today. So again, I think an appropriate course of action would be to welcome the independent report, but we also, until that independent report reports the finding to the council, we postpone any capital investment. And it's a sensible request, Chair.
It
is unusual for officers to comment, and I don't encourage officers to comment in political debate, but just in terms of the position on that now, the council debated the point and rejected the motion. We are now contracted, and so we've been in a different position entirely. We are now contracted to move ahead with the developer.
But surely there's a way of postponing. We're not saying exiting the contract, but delaying it.
You would lose the money that you have contracted it's a different position today than when you debated it at council, the motion was rejected, so it's moved on.
So the financial risk exposure, as well as this, is that we are contracted in, so that is an obligation on the council to fulfil its duties.
They get there eventually, Councillor. They need to get there eventually. Takes your time.
And could that be
We're wasting
quantified?
pictures.
Yes, I'm sure we can, and we will do that.
So again, if that could be circulated, that would be appreciated. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna bring, I'm gonna bring Councillor Brickliffe and his hand was up first.
I mean, this is all code, isn't it, from you, because you want the baths to remain in Great Harwood, and yes it is, you don't want to see improvements in leisure services, which there will be because of the Wilson's development. Labour, as you're well aware, shut Great Harwood Baths because the pool was no longer
Wasn't the pool. We all know with the boiler.
it was done under Labour. I'm not going to argue with the toss with you any longer. We as a group want to improve leisure services in Highburn. You don't.
We do.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Brickliffe. Councillor Eunice.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. I just want to quickly comment on this. Reading the report, and I think it's just because due to an extraordinary circumstances, COVID, Ukraine war, and so energy prices going up, the other neighbouring boroughs also has increased their budget to support the leisure facilities. I think in our borough we're in a stronger position than them. We got underspent, which was good news. So we're using that money for our leisure facilities, and I think leisure facility is very important. We, as a responsible council, will support them. Even if we don't have reserve, but fortunately we have the reserve money to support them, and I don't see an issue. I think leisure is very important, and our residents deserve to be supported for their utilities. And I think Leisure Trust done very well in the circumstances. Obviously, things were out of their control, but as we suggested here, that we are looking into this, and I think to improve it or whatever can be done, there'll be a report out, and that we looked into it. If there's anything that we can do to save more money, like you suggest on the energy things, or anything will come up, I'm sure they'll look into it and they will present the report, and if there's any flaws, then we can look into it. But I'm sure there isn't any, because it was in extra circumstances that which led to this shortfall. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Eunice. Councillor Cox.
Yeah, I was assuming you'd read the report, Councillor Fisher, but if you look at in the report at 6.4, it states that the council's revenue forecast outturn position reported at the cabinet meeting in October. There was an underspend of £998,000, and it is proposed that the payment to the trust in 2023-2024 would be able to be met from the savings to be achieved in the year. So there wouldn't be any debt. And also, just to take 6.2, across Lancashire, several councils have agreed to provide significant support, with some recent examples shown below. And you can probably correct me if I'm wrong, but they're all Labour councils. We've got Pendle at 850,000, we've got Chorley at 1.122 million, and we've got South Ribble at 800,000.
And I want Highlands to be 1.8 million.
No, but thank you. There's a question about standing on, all the trusts ever stand on its own 2 feet, but thank you.
It'll never stand on its own 2 feet. It can't afford to.
I think that it's a point well taken that it's not just this authority that's
But we're all interested in Highland.
struggling. It's right across the country.
Don't worry, Highland are making loads of money.
Just Lancashire, it's right across the country. People are struggling with leisure, and there are so many factors that have to be taken into
There's more than
consideration. such as the pandemic,
Sorry, Chair,
etc.
I can't hear you again for the comments coming from the rear to the room. Can they be asked to leave, please? Or given another warning?
This is getting
This is
getting
the final
ridiculous.
warning that I'm giving, please.
Councillor Haworth, we're not up to this is getting ridiculous.
Regardless of who it is, please can they be asked to leave because I can't hear
We
you.
do, otherwise we won't be.
Right,
able
I'm
to
not
do
going
it.
to ask him to leave at this moment in time. And what I am going to ask him to do is, please do not let me hear you speak again. Should I hear you speak again, I won't ask you to leave. I will hope that you will leave of your own accord. If not, I will have to have you removed. Is that understood? I will not have my meeting spoiled by one person, so please be quiet.
Thank you, Councillor.
Okay?
Yeah.
Right. I think we've absolutely exhausted this debate on Highland Leisure. As I said, we unfortunately are not the only borough in the country who are struggling, whose leisure trust, swimming pools, etc., are struggling. It's countrywide. Will you, if, I mean, I'm asking you a question now, would you support us getting together a report and us having another debate on the report that we get?
Yes.
Or, sorry.
Councillors is already welcome.
We get
Yeah, that's
anything that
That's
independent
great.
light,
That's
we
fine.
welcome, because ultimately,
Yeah.
no one is against
Yeah,
having a
fine.
good look around. Councillor Haworth, could we, I mean, this is a friendly request, could we set up a task and finish group solely focused on the terms of reference of that group and also then look at the findings? You've asked us whether we recommend it,
Yeah.
it's a
Councillor
working.
Aziz, I take your point on board. I do take your point on board. But I think that this is a decision that should be made by Cabinet. I also think it's something that should be investigated by experts and not other councillors. That way we will get an absolute correct vision of what we can do to correct the position we're at. I'm not going to say any more, but at this moment in time, no. Maybe further down the line, we could change our mind, but at this moment in time, no. I would prefer that we listen to the experts and then we bring it back to Cabinet. If there's no other questions, I'm going to close that debate. I'm going to take a vote. All those in favour. Now, Jen, there are two recommendations now, aren't there? There's an actual one been added on. Yeah, the amended version. Yeah, I'm going to take a vote on that. Do we, all those in favour of the amended version? Are there any against? Yeah, any abstentions? No. Right. We now should be moving to item 6, but I am changing the running order just slightly, and I'm taking item 7 first. And that is the scrutiny meeting that took place a couple of weeks ago, and the recommendations that were made. Normally, Councillor Josh Allen, who's the chair of scrutiny, would present this report, but unfortunately he works quite long hours in Manchester and has just started a new job and couldn't make today's meeting. And the other people that could have been are also working and also want to be here. So I'm going to make the statement that I would have made anyway, should they be here. And this would be my response to the special scrutiny committee meeting. as most of you here will probably be aware, I've been a councillor for 16 years plus, and I've always, in that time, championed the Market Hall as much as I possibly could. On the 9th of November, I was present at the Special Scrutiny Committee meeting and found it extremely disappointing to hear some councillors expressing concerns around the perceived lack of communication from the council about the levelling up projects. In fact, it got quite not nice, to say the least. In fact, it was quite awful, and it wasn't only aimed at the portfolio holder and the council, it was also aimed at officers, which I most definitely strongly object to. So therefore I'm taking this opportunity to inform Cabinet by spelling out all the reports presented to members and dialogue we have held with residents, traders, general public over the last 3 years. There it all is, minuted. You can take it and have a look at it, you can do what you like with it, but it consists of every single meeting that this council and this authority have had with the stakeholders, with the residents, with the market traders, with Uncle Tom, Dick and everybody. With regards to the stakeholders, I will personally like to thank them for giving up their own time so generously, not only in contributing to the new town centre and being involved in identifying the projects within the town centre investment plan, but also in the selection process for our 3 levelling up funding bid projects. These discussions started back in February 2020. There was a slight hiccup with the COVID lockdown and a further 15 meetings in the following months. July 20, August 20, October 20, March 21st, July 21st, September 21st, December 21st, January 22, February 23, March 23, August 23, all minuted. You'll probably get bored, Councillor Aziz and Councillor Fisher, by the end.
No, carry on.
But by the end of this report, you will probably
Definitely
be
not
bored.
bored,
There are so
Councillor.
many meetings that took place. It's more than I think you knew about. 5 stakeholder meetings have also been held in the following months: January 22, April 22, March 23, June 23, November 23, minuted. For the councillors, 14 updates have been presented to Cabinet or full council in the following months: June 21, September 21, January 22, February 22, March 22, July 22, October 22, December 22, February 23, March 23, June 23, September 23, October 23, minuted. And again today is another Love Progress report on the agenda. In fact, I'm sure members will also recall that the previous leader giving verbal updates at numerous Cabinet and Council, in fact whenever we had the opportunity. Following a decision to create a further scrutiny committee, 5 reports have been presented to that special scrutiny meeting in the following months: September 22nd, December 22nd, March 23rd, July 23rd, November 23, minuted. All these reports I have highlighted, they're all available on the council's website for residents and councillors to read, no matter when they were elected. I have copies of all these, as you've already seen, if you'd like to take a look at them. Since May 22, I have highlighted are available on the council's website for residents and councillors. Sorry, since May 22, there have also been 19 briefings to the party leaders, where your group leader was invited to attend. He wasn't forced to attend, but he was invited to attend, and those meetings took place every Monday morning. We would have presumed that he passed the information on that he was given at those meetings. The meetings included the MP as well. And the lead officer for the Levelling Up Funded projects, where he presented an update, and there was always the opportunity to ask questions afterwards, always. Regarding the market traders, officers started discussions with our market traders back in 2021 to discuss the removal of the pavilions on Peel Street in support of their request for the council to provide additional parking for the market hall. Further meetings were also held as groups or on an individual basis during the following months. Some of those meetings I was present at. 2 dates in May 21, 2 dates in July 21, August 21, September 21, August 22, January 23, 2 dates in February 23, March 23, and 2 dates in June 23. The market manager and senior officers and myself have held numerous meetings and briefings with individual traders since the start of 2023, when the Levelling Up funding was announced. What's more, following the appointment and introduction of Hive projects to the traders early this year, 2 dedicated decant officers have been located in the market hall at least 2 to 3 days a week. The decant officers have had a further one-to-one meetings with every trader between the 3rd and 14th of July this year. And with the project team being based in the market hall, this also allowed traders to have talks and updates with them at their convenience, and also to schedule further individual meetings if requested. On September 25th, the decant officers and market managers spoke with the majority of traders about the proposed layout plans, with the remaining traders later that week. Further one-to-one meetings were held with the traders from the 2nd of October to discuss internal cabin layouts. Finally, a coach was hired by the council, where almost all the traders visited the cabin manufacturing factory on the 15th of November, where they could see their individual cabins being built. The market manager also videoed and called the few traders who didn't make the trip to show them their cabin. The Levelling Up portfolio holder, Councillor Eunice, also spoke to each trader after the visit, and I think it's fair to say that the traders are extremely happy with the temporary cabins. Also making this clear to the market manager and the project team who they've spoken to. Since the factory visit, the project team and the market manager are continuing to regularly speak with traders, and the assistance continues to be provided to those traders who are relocating into other units in the town centre. That is my response to the scrutiny meeting. The last part is our community, and it covers the residents and local businesses. I'm sorry if you're feeling bored, or you're feeling that this is useless information. Believe me, this is information that has happened, it's for real. The council undertook representative polling when producing the town centre investment plan. Results are in the full TSIC document, which can be viewed through the council's website. Again, minuted. In January and February 22, there was a public consultation on the proposed town centre investment plan. In June 23, the council undertook a heritage survey. Hive projects have undertaken engagement and social value with local school children. During October 23, there was a drop-in session in the Market Hall seeking public feedback on the project planning proposals, with options to feedback online, paper or in person. These comments were submitted with the planning applications. The council also undertook a leaflet drop to residents, local businesses about the levelling up plans, and there was a further very wide leaflet drop during September 23. Other items that I would like members to note: there are over 30 news items on the council's website, thanks to our comms officer, and each one has also been distributed to local, regional media and shared on HBC social channels in some capacity. Since the launch of the informal information and engagement stall point within Accrington Market Hall, launched in spring early this year, over 700 direct responses on message cards posted in the post box, and thousands of people have interacted with the screen providing project information. There have been over 2,500 subscriptions to the council's e-newsletter. There's been a workshop event at Alf Art Gallery with families to design images for the site, ordering on some of the projects. There have been 3 updates to the Community Action Network group. A lunch to the live event will be held in February next year, where suppliers can meet the buyers. Following the launch of the Accrington Town Square website, over 11,000 unique visitors have clicked on the site so far. Documents summarising plans on the funding, information, frequently asked questions and other information have all been located in this one place. Proposed Accrington Town Centre investment plan, proposed Town Centre again investment plan, informal online consultation results, informal online full results, levelling up bid summary document, UK Shared Prosperity Fund bid summary document, historic places panel visit, July full report, casual market trader update, market trader facts, and a borough-wide mail drop. Given what I have just highlighted, it's absolutely difficult to conclude that the council has not been in regular communications about its levelling up funding project. And it also amazes me that councillor at the scrutiny meeting could say that we hadn't communicated with the traders or the public regarding the Market Hall project. And I would like to think that they would retract what they said and possibly give the portfolio holder and the people involved, especially the officers, an apology for what was said. We are still listening, however, and learning, and welcome any further suggestions for the project team to consider. That is what I have to say, and I said all those things are minuted here if any of you would like to look at them. The recommendation that has been made, the first recommendation I don't accept. The second recommendation that the scrutiny panel made regarding the opening of the toilets on Peel Street, I do think that that is a decent recommendation and we ought to look at it. I think that it would serve the centre quite well, but it's something that we will have to look at. And yes, I will accept that recommendation, but I most definitely will not accept the recommendation that we communicate better with the traders. It would be impossible for us to recommend to deal with them any more than what we already have. The evidence is there. I really didn't want to take questions, but Councillor Fisher, I will let you ask a question.
Thank you. Yeah, I've taken on board obviously everything that you said today with regards to the level of communication. I think what it is, something's being lost in translation because I was only in the Market Hall yesterday, December 23, following everything that you said, and one of the traders said to me how disappointed they still are with everything, and this is not me, don't shoot the messenger, this is what I was told.
No, listen, don't worry.
Yeah, this is what I was told, and obviously with regards to the fact that they may or may not be able to get back into the Market Hall, which in a way, if they want to go back into the Market Hall, then that's a positive thing, because obviously it should be great once it's all finished. And I think with regards to the number of public that turned up at the special scrutiny meeting, we talked about the power of social media. Something is being lost in translation because there was a lot of angry, not just traders but local businesses as well. And I know that you might not necessarily read all those comments, and I try not to read them all. But do you stand by that it is just people being negative? Because that's not the message that's coming through. So something along the line, despite everything that you've gone through in this meeting today, is not getting through to people, to public,
I
to
understand what you're
residents.
saying,
Yeah.
but I still have to say that we have done more than we really needed to do. We have done more as an authority, and we have worked so hard. Yes, you're always going to get negative responses. Our portfolio holder, Councillor Eunice, has been in the Market Hall and he's had nothing but fabulous comments from everybody. I've gone in the Market Hall fully expecting rotten eggs thrown at me after the scrutiny meeting the other week. I didn't get that at all. In fact, I got quite the reverse. People saying how hard I'd worked for the Market Hall over the last 16 years, that I've been a councillor, apart from the time when the opposition yourselves was in power. Obviously I didn't have as much to do with it then, but no, I think there are always people who are going to think negative, and those few comments that are negative make you feel that there's more than there actually is. I've never believed that people in the Market Hall would criticise me to the extent that I was led to believe they have. That is all I can say about it. We've done, I have no qualms at all that we haven't done our duty. We have done what we needed to do, and we have done it bloody well, and that's swearing that we have, and we've worked hard at it. Councillor Eunice.
Thank you, Chair. Before I go on, what I want to say is, as a portfolio holder, what I'm doing now is I'm building on what Marlene has done the hard work all those years. I'm building on that, and I'm carrying on your excellent work. When I visited Market, 3 times I did visited Market Hall, and I went with the trip on the traders to see the cabins. There was some concern that they discussed it with me, but they're not negative, there wasn't any negativity about it. There was concerns that I'm sure we'll be able to address, and we are addressing it, and I will be making some announcement today. Yes, there will be concern, obviously, when you make this kind of change on this magnitude, and the traders been there years, they got memories, they love the place, they got used to it. So yes, there was something, but when I assured them, when we discussed it, in the room like this, and said, look, say whatever you want to say now, show me your concerns, whatever you want to say, whatever your concerns are. And we 99% we covered them. One thing we can't do it at the moment, as you just raised, are they coming back? The uncertainty was there a bit. Obviously, we would like to, face these things head on. But until the new operator is there, we cannot deal with that. But I'm sure we will assure them that we will help them much as possible. As a responsible authority, we will, to help the traders in the business. So I'm not going to that. What I would say is that every time I went, even when the lights were switched on the other night I was there, I went to the market last time, taking photos and that. So this is going to be my last Christmas in this market hall, and I just wanted to capture some memories. Spoke to traders, they can't even wait to get these cabins out there and start trading from the new cabins. So there is an excitement there, and I think they're looking forward to this new development, obviously, and using the new well-designed cabins, and also they wanted to see how the market develops. And I think they was quite excited to see this thing develop as soon as possible, really, and I was really pleased with that. So I think my experience, I spoke more or less with every trader there was. I went to every shop there was, every stall outside, inside the market, both of them. And nobody's come to say, well, there was the concerns and issues that we addressed, but nobody says that, they were so negative about all this. And I think more than anything, the over 80% were very positive. They wanted to see this change quickly. They wanted to get it done over and get it done with. So I think it is for yourself, ourselves, how we present ourselves too. If we're going to talk a negative all the time ourselves, and and say, look, this is negative, then obviously it's not going to look good. But I can assure you that traders that I spoke to are very happy to move forward with this new development.
Thank you very much, Councillor Eunice. Councillor Aziz.
Thank you, Chair. First of all, clarification. I thought it was a robust meeting, but at no point were insults exchanged or anything that was said disrespectfully. I think, for me, I'm a bit perturbed with what was said or what was, in terms of, so if because otherwise nothing's been said, so I'm a bit...
You didn't tell us it was disgraceful and our handling of it and lack of communication. You didn't say those words, did you?
But given what was presented, that was clear, and it was a debate. And I
think I always thought that scrutiny wasn't a place for debate, it's a place for question and answers. That was always my idea of scrutiny. You turned it into a debate, you turned it into an absolute slagging off. You thought it were wonderful that you got a round of applause. It was a political posturing event, and I'm saying no more about it, and I'm not allowing you to speak.
This
What
is
I am going to say is, you know what you said.
You know what you said.
Don't get innuendo.
We know.
Honestly,
I am going
unbelievable.
to ask that we now accept the second amendment. We don't accept the first one because I think I've
That's a
proven
job.
without a shadow of a doubt that we have more than fulfilled our duty as regards communication. So I scrapped that one, but I am prepared to go along with the recommendation to look at the situation with the Peel Street toilets. I'm moving the report and I need a second, but you'll second it. Those in favour? Any abstentions? Those against? No? Lovely. I'm now going to move back. Excuse me. I'm going to move back to item 6, which is a report bringing you up to date with the decant, etc. at the Market Hall. And I'm going to hand over to the portfolio holder, Councillor Eunice.
Thank you, Chair. And the purpose of the report is obviously to bring you up to date and also what's happening with the redevelopment of Market Hall. As you can see, the report is well explanatory. My recommendation to the House is that the report is there, and I would like to move the report, and I think the report has a lot of information that you read it in there. The decant is taking place, as you know, and also it's our council's right to provide market traders with the places where they can trade, and I think we're obliged to do that, and we are on it, and we're doing that, we're fulfilling that duty, and I think the report is very brief, but it is self-explanatory, and I move the report.
Thank you. I will second the report. Do you have anything else to say? Any comments? Anything else? Haven't you announced?
Yes,
Mr. Eunice?
after the report, can I come back and announce the things?
Well, we'll probably need to vote on the announcement.
Okay.
So if you'd like to make it now.
Okay, I will do that now, and I'll take you a couple of minutes, and I will. I think this is the important bit that I want to the House to.
Do you want me to sing, Mr. Eunice?
Thank you very much for that. Before I go on to the statement, just to briefly, this is the market map, I should say, that it'll be also, this is only a small copy just to present, it'll be obviously done in proper things. This is the market. Traders will know where the stalls are, and the market traders' locations will be highlighted, and obviously there will be, if there isn't a slight amendment from the market traders, this is the only first time it's come out, we will be discussing these with the market traders. If they want any slight change with it, we can do that. So it will be well placed in the town square, and all the traders will have this, so this will be well highlighted. Thank you, Chair. I want you to make an announcement here. It gives me great pleasure to make the following announcement and share some of the exciting news that shows our continued support for our market traders and the wider community. Today, the Council is announcing that from 2nd of January, all the market traders who are moving out of Market Hall into new temporary accommodation to allow the refurbishment to commence with will enjoy 3 months of rent and service charges free trade. Can I repeat that again? 3 months rent free and service charges are free. That is how committed we are with the market traders. I will go into that. Let me make the announcement complete. Following by a further 10% rent concession. Already there's rent concession discount there, but this is on top of that 10% discount. Concession on the already discounted market rents and the standardization of the service charges for the remaining decant period up to 31st of March 2025. So this discount period will remain till the March 2025. This initiative, which is cost neutral to the council's finances budget due to the temporary closure of Market Hall and to help alleviate any financial burden during the traders' temporary relocation in cabins and hopefully ensure their continued presence within our community. I also want to highlight future events which will take place in the town centre to accelerate and welcome the traders to their new temporary home. The event is being planned for later in January once all the traders have settled in their new cabins. So keep your eyes on our social media pages where we will be providing more information on this exciting family events as it develops. That is the announcement I will make, and this shows how committed our council is with the market traders. And I'm sure you'll welcome this. That news is going to go to the market traders. I'll be in the market hall tomorrow. If any of the council want to come, you're welcome, or anybody else wishes to come. And I will be speaking personally to them again. I'm sure you will welcome this good news. Thank you.
Very good news.
Thank you, Councillor Eunice. That is fabulous news, and I know for a fact that the traders will be so thrilled. It's a massive thing to be given 3 months free rental and rates and a further 10% discount for the length of the whole project. I think that is absolutely brilliant.
Thank you for that. Anything that helps the market traders, we welcome. Could that be quantified? Because there was a lot said in terms of 3 months rent free.
They will be given 3 months free rent and rates.
That's fine, but then
then at the end of the 3 months, they will be given a further discount on top of what the discount that they already had. They don't forget they already have a discount.
Okay.
Yeah. And they will be given a further on top of that 10% for the whole length of the project.
So the decamp from March 25.
Yes, till the market reopens.
So from next year, financial year.
Is this for your, are you getting it right? Make sure you get it right on your public media's page. Don't we get it wrong, Councillor Aziz.
I've never got anything wrong, Councillor Howard. You know,
free, absolutely free.
You know me, I've never got it wrong.
Right, absolutely
free. When it comes to numbers, I never miss it.
3 months, absolutely free. And a further discount of 10% on top of the discount that they already
and is that rent or rates or both?
Starting to feel like Christmas.
yes, they already celebrate a discount. We're giving them a further discount on top of the discount that they already have, which will last for the length of the project. I think that is great, and I am so proud that this authority and this administration have been in a position to do that. I think it's brilliant.
Well, they're not money paid for it, though,
Could
They're
that be
not money not
quantified?
paid.
And if you don't have it, could it be said?
What do you mean quantify?
What the cost will be to the council?
The cost will be
Zero.
practically zilch to us,
It is
isn't it?
Yes, well, if you give me discounts, how can it be zilch? Because there's an income that's lost. How
So
that-
would you not do it?
No, I'm not saying
Not
that.
asking that.
Yeah, this
I'll
is-
tell you what, councillor
This is
Aziz,
just
you've asked the
ridiculous.
question, we'll get you the answer.
Thank you, that's
But
all
I
I
haven't got
require.
it.
Thank
Okay,
you.
I'll get you the answer for that. Okay.
It's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas.
It's
We're not leveling up money.
right, well, the motion has been
Not much of a report.
and it's been seconded, and those in favour? Those against? Any abstentions? The motion is carried, and the traders of Accrington Town Centre Market Hall will receive 3 months free rent from when they decant, and a further 10% up until the project ends. What more?
Let them back
Absolutely
in.
brilliant.
Let them
Let
back
them
in.
back in, yeah.
Let them back in.
Okay.
Give them
That,
something.
ladies and gentlemen, brings us to the end of.
No, you're missing it. Local plan update. Bonnie, you're jumping ahead of yourself.
She's never been very good with numbers, to be fair.
Yeah, there's a supplemental agenda, you're right, I forgot about that because it's separate. When I find it, I will, oh, thanks. This is just to bring you up to date on the local plan.
Lovely.
And
Fantastic.
just give me a minute, I'm so excited, you see, about the
Not as excited as me, Molly.
Yeah.
Not as excited
Yeah.
as me.
I'd like to move the recommendation that's set out in the report, but I do have a bit of a speech on it to bring you all up to date on what is happening, but I think you've lost it.
What you thinking, Uncle?
Sustainability report, I think it was, wasn't it? Did he forget to put it in?
Right,
No, nobody agreed on.
the report is to provide an update on the emerging local plan and what has
Convenient, really.
to
You know,
now,
say I'll put houses that are were missed off.
and the next steps and the minor amendments that have to be made to the local plan for another consultation.
Yeah, more amendments.
The new local plan is at an advanced stage in its preparation,
But it didn't.
and it's already been through 4 rounds of public consultation. The last one being at Regulation 19 stage, which ended in January 23. But following legal advice that we've had, another Regulation 19 consultation on the local plan is proposed to be held early in 2024. Further details on it are provided in paragraphs in the report, 4.1 and 5.2. Once the latest plan is ready for publication, full council will be asked to endorse it for consultation, and I ask that you note the contents of this report. Is there a vote on this? No.
I mean, I like the infrastructure, I like the aspirational houses, it's just infrastructure miles, that's all. Infrastructure
Right,
is
all in
strong, that's
favour?
the
I'm
problem.
not taking questions, councillor Aziz. It's quite self-explanatory in the report. We don't need to ask questions on it.
Okay.
Read the report.
You
If
could have
you've got
redacted
any
some of
questions,
that cash for
speak
infrastructure.
to us after. God's sake.
There's no wheels coming there.
Well, oh, now, you said it.
Well, yeah.
And then you get
I
that
just-
bonuses
I
going on, like for new houses, new house bonuses.
I thought this was a
Think about it.
democracy, not
Lots of
dictatorship.
money comes in, tell you.
3,000 miles that way.
It's amazing what's in that public domain, you know, when you're involved.
Given that we are having to do this consultation again, and I asked at the scrutiny meeting, what was the additional cost? incurred by the council. You said you'd give us an answer. Still waiting. What is the additional cost to rerun the consultation?
Right. I haven't.
What's the
I
same?
don't.
And it's a fair question,
Yeah,
which
it's a
you
fair
should be
question,
allowed to
and
ask.
I will answer it if you let me. Yeah, Christine,
Yes,
can you
I'm
comment
happy
on
to.
that?
There shouldn't actually be, apart from obviously officer time in preparing another consultation, there shouldn't, the cost will be minimal really, because all the preparation's been done. We've done all the evidence base, the plan has been prepared. So apart from just the delay, which is unfortunate, there shouldn't be any additional costs of any significance.
So, in terms of consultation, the booking of the rooms is not an
Well, we
additional cost.
won't be, this time round, because we've already done a lot of public engagement, it will just be, the statutory minimum we have to do is just an online consultation, so we'll just to avoid any further delay now.
So we're not going to go out to the public.
They're going to sneak things through, aren't
With the revision, any revisions in the plan.
There shouldn't really be, and it's pretty much the same version that we've
Pretty
got
much. Pretty much means it's
so
different.
costs will be, apart from officer time.
Thank you very much for that,
Pretty
Christine.
much isn't the same.
Right, can I'll take a vote, it's been moved and it's been seconded, those in favour? Those against? Abstentions, are you abstaining, councillor?
No, he's put his hand up.
Oh.
He's done it before, and then you
Put it up early.
Alright, listen everybody, thank you so much for coming. This is the last one till the new year, am I right there, Jane? Yeah, yes, yeah. So I would wish you
The planning to just like
especially my
put a few lines on the old T's and dot a few lines. Okay, just the planning to go through now. Have you got any of them? Have you got any in it?
It's straightforward.
What planning? Well, it's now, isn't it? 3 o'clock.
Oh no, I'm not here.
the same to all the officers that are here with us. Have a lovely time. Okay, thanks a lot. Bye.
But it broke up for Christmas. I wonder what I can slide in while the council on holiday. Well, I won't do anything illegal, Miles. I don't do anything.
Good. Glad to hear
I don't,
it.
you know.
Glad to hear it. Are you campaigning in Great Harwood?
I'm currently on. I am. I'm going to run for the Munster Raven Looney Party.
Oh, yeah?
I'm going to do the nationals. I'm going to do the general as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's only 500 quid. Noidad and that like want to do it, but obviously they're under party orders, aren't they? They're all whipped into shape. Like
Oh,
Graham's running because he wants one more crack at the whip.
Well, I
so
thought they'd be going
Noidad's
down
got to
with
like step aside for another 5 years.
Thatcher and Kia were nearly all looking after one another. Globalists.
Well, I don't know. I'm just Munster Raving Looney Party. I'll get more votes than Councillor Noidad over there. Well, I don't need luck, do I? I mean, like at least I'll be honest about it. You know, at least I'm honest about the fact that I'm loony. You know, all of you lot aren't honest about it. You just pretend. Thank you very much. Don't need the look though. It's your fearless leader that needs the look.
Yeah, we're sort of.
And Noidad, you know, because when you cheat and that, like, you know, it's 2 years it lasts for. 2 years, not just one. So all the cheating that Noidad did last year, that'll all come by. So he'll get his seat taken off. Libel. Yeah, well, yeah, but only if it's not factually correct. And it's factually correct. So that's what libelous means. If you're factually correct about what you say, it's fact. Well, you know, he was an agent and he cheated. He didn't fill out his expenses correctly. You don't do your expense forms right. You know, expenses are a very serious thing. Very serious.
Are we picking up or?